Wagwan Rude Boy Nation, what's going on? Got another video for you. This just happened like a week ago. I'm just not getting the content for this. It's cops thought to kill a mom, his daughter dead in the basement. So we're gonna find out and take a look what happened. If I feel like it's stretched out, I'm gonna end it or I'm gonna fast forward the parts that I think is interesting. If you don't like that, the video is there for your stuff to Google and look up. Okay. Shout out to all my followers, all my subscribers. Shout out to Rude Boy Nation. Shout out to my team. I already have a team, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to the team, you know what I'm saying? It don't work unless everybody around me try to make it work, you know what I'm saying? So it starts with y'all. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in. We got plenty of things. I got some shit in motion that I'm working on, man. So let's get let's get the content going. So oh yeah, music listening party. $5 a song, bro. Starts at 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock, sorry. Starts at 8 o'clock. Um, it's $5. If you want more than one song, you gotta pay more than $5, obviously. And then we also have a goal set on the station for 200 people to donate $5 to the channel to get new equipment and upgrade the equipment for the channel. And I would once we reach that goal, I'll update our goals to something else. Um, also, what's the other thing? Yeah, also, yeah, it will multiply, and also, once I get paid from the streams itself, I will no longer need donations unless y'all truly would want to. It will be up to y'all. And then the second, well, the third by now thing is I don't remember. It was past the fourth thing. Yeah. So the goal is to get paid for the streams. So at the end of the day, I really want to get paid to do my streams. And let's get into
Too. Just the babies and my boyfriend. Well, we came from New Britain. It's better over there because we don't have no complaints at all.
For the first time, you're seeing police body camera footage.
and once we reach our goals, that's what I want to say. Once we reach our goals, we no longer will need your donations. It would be cool to get it, if that you would if you choose to. And if you can't afford 500 donations, anything will help. All right. So
The night, officers showed up at mom Carla Garcia's apartment, responding to a noise complaint, unaware that her daughter, 12-year-old Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia, was likely already dead inside that very home. Her body would later be found months later, sealed inside a plastic tote behind an abandoned home. Now, Jacqueline's mom, aunt, and her mom's ex-boyfriend are accused of a crime so disturbing it's hard to comprehend. And this newly released footage, along with unsealed arrest warrants, could change everything we thought we knew about this investigation. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. We're learning some new disturbing information, as if this story couldn't get any worse, in the death of 12-year-old Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia. This young girl found earlier this month inside a tote, ditched behind an abandoned home in New Britain, Connecticut. And the new details we're getting, I'll warn you, they're worse than even we could have imagined. According to newly unsealed arrest warrants just obtained by Law and Crime, police say 12-year-old Jacqueline was starved, zip-tied as punishment, and left to die inside her family's home in Farmington, Connecticut. Allegedly, it was at the hands of her mom, her mom's boyfriend, and her aunt. Jacqueline's body was then allegedly hidden for months in the basement of the home. The smell was so bad, investigators say the adults started staying in hotels before Jacqueline's body was moved in a storage bin lined with trash bags, sheets, and even a white powder to mask the odor. Neighbors told police they often heard arguing, screams, and banging coming from the apartment, even calling 911 on more than one occasion. One neighbor said they heard a woman threaten to, quote, break someone's neck. Another,
Damu.
What? You need something? Spit it out. Don't waste both our time.
What do you think about people that murder little kids when they're supposed to be taking care of them?
That's real talk. It's messed up. Don't matter what anyone says, it don't make no sense to hurt or kill kids. They defenseless, you know? They gotta be protected. Some folks don't deserve to breathe. I hear that. But kids ain't the ones who need to be harmed. That's just wrong.
Especially when it's a mother and family members hurting that kid or trying to kill that kid, right?
Yeah, for real. A kid should be able to trust their own family. It's worse when it's the people closest to you. No kid should feel that pain. No kid should go through a parent trying to hurt them. It's like your own blood turns against you. That's messed up, my friend. Really messed up.
And if Damu know that, how the fuck you don't know that?
reported a scream, something heavy falling, and Carla yelling, "Stop." And now we're seeing what happened in one instance when officers actually showed up. Farmington police have released body camera footage from December 29th, 2024, just months after investigators believe that Jacqueline was killed.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
We got a call. There's a lot of noise coming from your apartment.
They're always called.
Okay.
Everything's good though.
Everyone's all right?
Yes.
Is everyone else home with you?
Just the babies and my boyfriend.
Okay. Is your boyfriend here?
Yeah.
Can I speak with him?
Yeah.
That nigga gonna go to jail. And he need to
Report My UP by Sovos automates the
I'm pretty sure. I know it stinks like a motherfucker in that house with a fucking dead body in there. And you laid up with this bitch with it. You are a trifling motherfucker, bro. To be able to stomach knowing that there's a 12-year-old dead girl in this house, you're that desperate to live with it. I see. That's why I don't care when niggas laugh at me for living with my mama, nigga. I ain't that desperate to go live with a bitch with a dead body in a tote, nigga, just to live with a bitch. Now you finna go to jail, bro. You finna go to fucking jail, bro, and you're never gonna get out, bro. And then you don't really probably have any. No, you do because you was beating your ass with her.
Babe!
Beating the kid's ass with her. Your stupid ass is gonna go to jail with her, and you deserve it.
They just want to make sure everything's okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just pregnant. Just moods, you know.
The officers seemed calm, even friendly, chatting with Carla and her boyfriend, Jonathan Nanita.
Yeah, my wife's pregnant, so she just be having mood swings. And
Okay.
I be trying to calm her down.
Okay. Things happen.
I'm at the end, so
Okay.
it's difficult.
All right. Well, I haven't met you guys rooms quick. I'm just going to write your names down, say I spoke with you, and get out of here, okay?
Okay.
Police left that night, wishing them a Merry Christmas, never realizing the 12-year-old girl who once lived there was reportedly already gone. In putting this story together, I put Carla Garcia's name into truthfinder.com. So much about this suspect was done out of sight, behind closed doors. Her victim, her own daughter, allegedly, fell through the cracks in the worst of ways. I mean, she went unnoticed for months before her body was found behind that home in New Britain, Connecticut. When I looked up Carla Garcia, I saw on Truth
living in that house, bro, that you ain't know this shit, and you had some how see motherfuckers like you, man, that shit crazy.
Finder.com, that address where we see officers respond in December of last year, not knowing that Jacqueline's body very well may be inside that house. Now, our partner Truth Finder is a powerful public records search service that we use to do research here at Law and Crime. You can plug in a name, you get address information. Neglect that led to her daughter's death. When first confronted by police, this was on October 9th, Garcia claimed her daughter was fine. According to the affidavit, quote, Garcia originally told New Britain because she was afraid of Nanita. So that's one story Garcia told detectives. But then, on October 9th, detectives conducted a follow-up interview with Garcia after receiving preliminary findings from the chief medical examiner. It turns out the autopsy didn't find any obvious signs of recent trauma, but it did note severe and prolonged malnourishment. This directly contradicted Garcia's story of a violent, bloody death on the stairs. Confronted with this, police say Garcia began to change her story. She repeated the tale of being pushed down the stairs, but now claimed that when Nanita stomped on Jacqueline's head, there was, quote, no blood at this time, and that she was still moving after.
He already done got his ass beat in jail. Don't play that shit in jail, and that's just the beginning for that guy.
And she was still moving. Garcia stated Nanita proceeded to pick up Jacqueline and throw her down the second set of stairs.
Why possessed you to do this to a kid? What did the kid do that was so bad that she deserved to die like that from the people that was supposed to protect her?
Leading to the basement. She told police that Nanita later told her, quote, he had put Jacqueline in a bag and put S-word on her. Garcia insisted she was not involved and that she never reported it because she was afraid of Nanita. So that's one story Garcia told detectives. But then, on October 9th, detectives conducted a follow-up interview with Garcia after receiving preliminary findings from the chief medical examiner. It turns out the autopsy didn't find any obvious signs of recent trauma, but it did note severe and prolonged malnourishment. This directly contradicted Garcia's story of a violent, bloody death on the stairs. Confronted with this, police say Garcia began to change her story. She repeated the tale of being pushed down the stairs, but now claimed that when Nanita stomped on Jacqueline's head, there was, quote, no blood at this time, and that she was still moving after. She maintained that Nanita dragged Jacqueline away, and she heard what sounded like, quote, a body being thrown down a flight of stairs, and she could hear Jacqueline crying. But then, when faced with the photographic and autopsy evidence, police say Garcia's story collapsed entirely, and she began to admit that she did play a role in Jacqueline's death. According to the affidavit, when she was shown a photograph of Jacqueline restrained in zip ties and lying on pee pads, quote, she later admitted she did apply zip ties to Jacqueline on 2 occasions after she was told to do so by Nanita. Garcia also admitted that she was forced by Nanita to withhold food from Jacqueline, but her admission soon went beyond acting under the coercion of Nanita. The affidavit states, quote, Garcia later admitted that she and Nanita would mistreat Jacqueline together because Jacqueline was, quote, bad. She didn't listen. She didn't respect them. Garcia.
That was good enough to kill. That was a good enough reason. That's a good enough reason to want to kill somebody. Because your kid don't listen, you're gonna tie him up and throw him in the fucking.
Went on to say that Jacqueline was doing things she wasn't supposed to do, including striking other kids, going into people's cars, and having 5 boyfriends. Jacqueline Torres was just 12 years old, I'll remind you. Garcia then provided a new account of Jacqueline's death, one consistent with starvation, telling police, quote, they stopped giving Jacqueline food for about 2 weeks prior to her death. She stated that Jacqueline died sometime in her bed, but she wasn't sure exactly when. She said Nanita moved the body to the basement and the smell became unbearable, so they then stayed in hotels with friends. She admitted that when they moved from Farmington to New Britain, Nanita transported Jacqueline's body. While Carla Garcia was giving her evolving statements to police, her ex-boyfriend, Jonathan Nanita, was providing.
That's what your ass is gonna get everywhere you go. That's what happened. What happened to women and kids? Shit, sorry, I said that wrong. What happened to men in jail that kill women and kids, especially their own blood?
They get what they have coming. You don't just hurt and kill for no reason. You hurt women and kids, you'll pay. Prison ain't no joke. Those men go get what they deserve. You don't cross that line, or you get what's coming. That's the code in the yard, in the streets, even behind bars. That's how it's always supposed to be.
Are you gonna put a swoop on that one?
As says Sue Whoop, that's a truth we can't forget, my friend. It ain't right. A woman or kid don't deserve to get hurt, no matter what. You respect those around you, and you protect those who need it. If someone want to hurt or kill, that's on them. And they're going to find out real fast who's going to take care of them. It's a real bad thing. The worst thing you can do. And people in the yard going to make sure they pay.
Do we have resentment for women that killed their own kids either?
Hell yeah. Ain't no excuse for that. A mother or father, don't matter. They gave that child a life and took it away. Now that's messed up. This is coming from someone who don't like to hate. But hurting your own bloodline, that's the worst of the worst. Why even become a parent if that's what's gonna happen? That's just evil.
All right, Damu, thank you.
Hey, stay up, my friend. Keep it real out there and keep spreading that right energy. The world needs more of it. One love.
On blood.
Still help. Blood love, real love.
Yeah, that's what happens. John Boone, no.
Writing his own version of events. Unlike Garcia, who was located by police, Nanita approached New Britain investigators voluntarily while they were canvassing Tremont Street on October 8th. According to the affidavit, quote, Jonathan Nanita approached New Britain investigators and expressed that he wanted to clear his name and that he didn't do any of this. Police say Nanita admitted to moving the tote, but that he framed it as a simple favor for Garcia. He told police,
Hey guys, Dan Monroe here from the YouTube channel Movies, Music, and Monsters. Join me every week for a brand new episode all about
quote, Garcia contacted him and asked him to dispose of the tote that was outside her apartment building near the garbage. He drove to Garcia's apartment at 24 Tremont Street in New Britain with his current girlfriend, placed the tote in his truck, and per the instructions of Garcia, he drove to a nearby cemetery to hide the tote. He even stated that Garcia helped him load the bin into his truck, painting a picture of her direct involvement, which she had denied. Police asked Nanita specifically who is in the bin, and this is what he said. Quote, he first stated that he did not know who was in the bin. Officer Corwick asked Jonathan Nanita again who was in the bin, and he shrugged and said, I haven't seen Jacqueline. Officer Corwick asked if he knew it was Jacqueline, and he nodded yes. While Garcia described a violent, bloody attack on Jacqueline, Nanita claimed that he was merely a witness to the aftermath of an unknown event and that Garcia and her sister were present and responsible. He told detectives that he walked into the Farmington home and, quote, saw blood all over the walls along the staircase. Jonathan Nanita stated he asked what happened and they said that they didn't know. Jonathan Nanita stated Jacqueline Garcia and 4 of the kids were upstairs in a room, but little Jacqueline Torres Garcia was missing. Jonathan Nanita stated he panicked and left the apartment without knowing what happened. He claimed he returned the next day to find the blood cleaned up and he never saw Jacqueline again, and that was that. He denied ever harming Jacqueline, and police say that he suggested during his interview that Garcia was the one who was responsible. The arrest warrant for Jacqueline Garcia reveals she was not merely a witness.
Not even crying. Look how the cops look at.
To the abuse for her niece, according to police, but an active participant who documented the horrific conditions and, by her own admission, watched the neglect happen. Her first interview on the evening of October 8th was conducted while police say she was severely intoxicated and that she painted a picture of a normal, happy family. But by the next day, during her second interview, she was sober, and police say she admitted that she had not seen her niece in a long time. Quote, Jacqueline stated she had just found out everything yesterday, but admitted to not having seen Jacqueline in months. The interview took a turn when another detective entered the room and informed Jacqueline that her sister Carla had stated that she was present for the abuse and took the photograph of Mimi restrained in zip ties. Confronted with this, Jacqueline's defense crumbled. She began to confirm the horrific details of Mimi's life, and according to the affidavit, quote, Jacqueline Garcia confirmed that her niece, Jacqueline, was deprived of food and made to stand in the corner. She confirmed that her sister, Carla, and Carla's boyfriend, Nanita, zip-tied Jacqueline as punishment and often kept her in the corner of the room where she would defecate and urinate on herself. Jacqueline then admitted to her own active participation in the abuse, though she tried to minimize her involvement, saying, quote, she did not come up with the idea to use zip ties. Jonathan did. Jacqueline admitted to seeing her niece zip tied on a couple of occasions. Jacqueline further stated,
Some of y'all don't need it. I'll move right.
Mimi was always in the corner of the house and that the zip ties started at the, quote, end. The affidavit also reveals chilling details about the efforts to conceal Jacqueline's death and the multiple times authorities were alerted to trouble at the home. And perhaps the most
Because the kid don't listen shows you how much of a shitty parent you are.
haunting moment, one that now plays like a scene out of a tragic warning, comes from the December 29th body camera footage that we showed you earlier. When officers knocked on Carla Garcia's door that winter night, they didn't know that little Jacqueline had already been gone for months. But what their cameras captured now takes on a chilling new meaning.
Hello? how are you?
Good.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
We got a call. There's a lot of noise coming from your apartment.
They're always calling.
Okay.
Everything's good though.
Everyone's all right?
Yes.
Is anyone else home with you?
Just the babies and my boyfriend.
Okay. Is your boyfriend here?
Yeah.
Can I speak with him?
Yeah. Babe! Babe! They just want to make sure everything's okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just pregnant. Just moods, you know.
All right.
But that's really it.
Hello?
He's coming up.
Oh, okay. Mind if I come in some and the heat up?
Huh?
You mind if I come in some and the heat up? Hey, how's it going? Good. We just got a call. There's a lot of noises and stuff like that. Everyone's okay?
Yeah, my wife's pregnant, so she just be having mood swings. And
Okay.
I be trying to calm her down.
Okay. Things happen.
I'm at the end, so
Okay.
it's difficult.
All right. Well, I haven't met you guys real quick. I'm just going to write your names down, say I spoke with you, and get out of here, okay?
Okay.
How long you guys been staying here?
Almost a year.
Yeah.
Okay. Things are good.
Yeah.
Sometimes the walls are, you live in apartments, the walls are
Yeah,
thin
we always get
sometimes.
complaints.
Yeah.
They ain't been big complaints since we first moved here, so
Okay, so it's not the
I
first.
plan on moving.
Okay.
we're actually moving.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because of that. Well, we came from New Britain. It's better over there because we don't have no complaints at all.
Yeah, it's a little bit different area. People are a little less likely to want to call for some noise, stuff like that.
Police left that night, wishing them a Merry Christmas, not realizing the 12-year-old girl who once lived there was already gone. Joining us now to talk more about this case is Lindsay McCall Long, retired police officer. Thank you for being with us. The child that they're holding, they said, was 3. She
the mother of this child, so you child. So I think the investigation and maybe other agencies who the saying goes, if
is that no one.
So what I got to say is, that's what I was trying to learn. You have to come from a good parents, appreciate them because you can't even see, in some cases, it seems like you can't even trust your own family, nigga. And that's sad that they did that to that little girl, bro. May she rest in peace. And I'm sorry you got cursed with parents like those. I wish y'all could trade places and you would be the one living and they died. Rest in peace. And I wonder if anybody knows what happened to the other baby, because I know that lady in jail. So when she gave birth to the baby, what happened? What happened to the baby? If you know, leave it in the comments and let me know. Thank y'all for watching. We got another one, man. Rude Boy Nation. You know what I'm saying? Run the station.